Imagine falling in love with someone you know you're going to lose. What would you do if you had the chance to spend forever with the person you love, but forever was only a few months away? Cole was a rebellious boy who had lost his way, but everything changed when he met Grace, the quiet girl next door with a secret that would alter his life's trajectory. What would you do if you met someone who made you feel seen and heard for the first time in your life? As they spent more time together, Cole found himself drawn to Grace's kindness and compassion, and he began to see the world through her eyes. What would you do if you fell in love with someone who was dying, but still had so much life to give? Their love blossomed in the quiet southern town, surrounded by blooming flowers and warm spring breezes. But as their love grew stronger, the reality of their situation became harder to ignore. What would you do if you had to say goodbye to the love of your life? Cole and Grace's love was pure and true, but it was also fleeting, and they both knew that their time together was limited. What would you do if you had to make the most of the time you had left with the person you love? As the days turned into weeks, Cole and Grace's love continued to grow, but the shadow of her illness loomed over them, threatening to tear them apart. What would you do if you had to watch the person you love slip away from you? Cole did everything he could to make her happy, to make her feel loved and cherished, but he knew that it wouldn't be enough to save her. What would you do if you had to come to terms with the fact that you might lose the person you love? As the reality of their situation set in, Cole and Grace's love became more desperate, more passionate, and more all-consuming. What would you do if you had to make the most of the time you had left with the person you love? They lived each day to the fullest, cherishing every moment they had together, but the clock was ticking and time was running out. What would you do if you had to say goodbye to the love of your life? As the days turned into weeks, Cole and Grace's love became a beacon of hope in a world that seemed determined to tear them apart. What would you do if you had to hold on to the love you have, even when it seems like everything is against you? But as the end drew near, Cole was faced with the unbearable truth. He was going to lose the love of his life, and there was nothing he could do to stop it. What would you do if you had to let go of the person you love? In the end, it was not the time they had that mattered, but the love they shared and the memories they created together. What would you do if you had to hold on to the memories of the person you love, even after they are gone? As I held her hand for the last time, I realized that our love was not defined by the time we had, but by the depth of our feelings. And in that moment, I knew that I would carry her love with me for the rest of my life. And so, I let her go, but I knew that she would always be with me, in my heart, in my memories, and in the love we shared. What would you do if you had to say goodbye to the love of your life, but still hold on to the love you shared?